Hi everyone, my name is Karla Castillo and I am a student of Group 117 at CDEP. And today I will be talking about the first chapter, The Science of Biology, of our first semester biology book. Well, first of all, what is science? Science is an organized way of gathering and analyzing evidence about the natural world. Science has several goals. One goal of science is to provide natural explanations about events in the natural world. Also, to use those explanations to understand patterns and to make useful predictions about future natural events. Another important thing about science is the scientific methodology, which is a series of steps. The first one is observing and asking questions, and this is the act of noticing and describing events or processes in a careful, orderly way. The second one is inferring and forming hypotheses. An inference is logical interpretation based on what we already know, and a hypothesis is a scientific explanation for a set of observations that can be tested to support or to reject it. The third one is the signing control experiment. This is because testing a scientific hypothesis often involves designing an experiment. The fourth step is collecting and analyzing data. Scientists make detailed records of experimental observations, gathering information called data. Data is mainly of two types, the quantitative and the qualitative. The quantitative is data obtained by measuring or counting, and the qualitative is usually data that cannot be counted usually. And finally, drawing conclusions and sharing our results. A researcher may have some attitudes, and they are called scientific attitudes. These attitudes are: curiosity leads to new questions. Skepticism means they refuse to accept existing ideas. Open-mindedness means they are willing to accept different ideas that may not agree with them. And creativity to design experiments. The role of technology of science is very important. Discoveries in one field of science may lead to new technologies, and those technologies may lead to sciences in other fields to ask new questions or to gather data in different ways. And also, technological advances may have a big impact on our everyday lives. Communicating results, reviewing and sharing ideas. Scientific papers are reviewed by anonymous independent experts, and this is what we call peer-reviewed. What is a scientific theory? A scientific theory is a well-tested explanation that unifies a broad range of observations and hypotheses that enable scientists to make accurate predictions about new situations. Even though sometimes it's difficult to believe, science and society are very related. Using scientists involucrates understanding its uses in society and its limitations. Scientists may avoid bias. Bias are particular preferences or point of view and are personal rather than scientific. If we understand and use science, we should know that science will keep changing as long as we keep wondering about nature. Biology is the study of life, but how do we know that something is alive? Well, living things have some common characteristics, and these are: they are made up from cells, they are based on a universal genetic code, they obtain and use materials and energy, they grow and develop, they reproduce, they respond to their environment, they maintain a stable internal environment, and they change over time or evolve. Also, the study of biology revolves around 10 interlocking big ideas, which are the cellular basis of life, information and heredity, matter and energy, growth, development and reproduction, homeostasis, evolution, structure and function, unity and diversity of life, interdependence in nature, and science as a way of knowing. Scientific measurement. Many scientists use the metric system when collecting data or when performing an experiment. This is because this system is very easy to use. And finally, safety. Safety in a laboratory is very important. That's why we have to follow all the rules and to make some preview research before going to the lab. Okay, well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoy it and thank you for watching.